Alrighty, today we're going to dive straight into it. What is actually really happening in Sparwood's real estate market right now? There's one trend in the December data that really matters, and if you're thinking about buying or selling in 2026, you'll want to understand this shift before you make a move. If you're watching from Sparwood or anywhere in the Elk Valley, timing matters more than the headlines. Before we get into the key trend that's forming, let me give you a quick, clear snapshot of where Sparwood and the broader Kootenay market finished at the end of 2025. Let's start with the Kootenay overall region, because Sparwood is a smaller market and regional momentum does actually matter. In December of 2025, the Kootenay region recorded 153 residential sales, which is up 25% compared to December of last year. Dollar volume was 81.9 million, also up more than 27% year over year. At the same time, active listings declined by 4.3%, which tells us demand improved faster than supply at the regional level. Now, zooming in on Sparwood specifically, we had 4 single-family homes selling in December, and the benchmark price of those homes, $541,000, up 0.9% year over year. One apartment sale with a benchmark price of $186,400, down 1.9% year over year. For a town the size of Sparwood, that's a meaningful level of activity for December, traditionally one of the slowest months of the year. And what I'm seeing on the ground lines up with the data in late 2024. Even well-priced homes in Sparwood could sit quietly with minimal showings. In December of 2025, properly priced listings are still taking time, but they're getting attention again. Buyers aren't rushing or panicking, but they are active, informed, and they're being very selective. Sellers who price realistically are getting results. Those who push pricing are finding resistance, and the balance is very important. Here's the signal I want you to focus on. Across the Kootenay region, sales are rising while inventory is falling. At the same time, days on markets are coming down in several property categories, especially single-family homes. That combination tells us something important. The market's not freezing, but it's not overheating. In Sparwood, price growth is modest, under 1% year over year, which signals stability, not speculation. That's a classic early stage normalization pattern after a volatile couple years. If you're thinking this doesn't feel like a strong market, you're not wrong. Even though sales are up, many households feel stretched. Grocery costs are higher, fuel costs remain elevated, mortgage payments are much larger than they were just a few years ago. That disconnect is what economists often describe as a per capita slowdown. Overall economic activity holds up, but on an individual household level, spending power feels kind of tight. For Sparwood buyers, that means fewer emotional decisions and more math-based decisions. For sellers, it means presentation, pricing, and patience matter more than ever. Interest rates are no longer rising aggressively, but they're still high relative to what many homeowners locked in for years ago. A large number of Canadian mortgages will renew between now and the end of 2026, even if rates ease slightly. Many homeowners are going to see payment increases when they renew. In smaller communities like Sparwood, this doesn't usually cause panic selling, but it can create quiet listing pressure. Owners who are tight on cash flow may decide to sell earlier than planned, adding supply in pockets rather than all at once. And that's something that buyers should be watching closely for in 2026. If you're a buyer looking to buy right now in Sparwood or the Elk Valley, the next few months can be a smart window if you're prepared. Now, so here's your simple action plan. First, let's make sure your financing works today, not based on future rate cuts, not bonuses, things that you're dreaming about, hardcore facts. Second, let's focus on homes that have been on the market for a bit. That's where the negotiation, we have a little bit more power. Third, let's stay patient. In this type of market, the best opportunities tend to appear quietly, not during bidding wars. And you don't need to be in a rush, but you absolutely need to be ready because that home that you want could hit the market. And if you're not ready and somebody else is, you're not going to get it. For sellers, the takeaway is clear. This is not the market to test the market and test a price and let's see what we can get. It's absolutely not that market anymore. Buyers are informed, cautious, value-driven, and patient beyond expectation. Homes that sell in Sparwood right now are priced correctly from day one or aggressively dropped. If you need to sell in early 2026, being ahead of get ahead of the spring market with strong preparation and realistic pricing, that puts you in a better position than waiting and hoping for momentum to carry you into the future. Now, here's the bottom line for Sparwood. This market is cooling into balance. It's not sliding backwards. Sales activity improved at the end of 2025. Prices are stable and buyer confidence is cautious, but they're present and patient. This is the kind of market where strategy matters more than speed. Right now, I know the market, we need more houses for sale in the Sparwood market. If you want to sell your house, give me a shout. Don't trust your goofy BC assessment. That is not the true value of your home. Those people have never been in your house. They don't know if you've got a hole in the wall or if you've got a brand new kitchen. That's their assessment based on what's going on in the neighborhood around. So please, that is not given, okay? If you're thinking about buying or selling in Sparwood in 2026, ignore all the noise. Focus on the local data, the timing, and your personal financial position. Markets like this reward preparation, not guesswork. Get in, get on, we'll take care of your right, get it across all platforms, and let's sell that house or let's help you buy that house. Whichever you need. Talk to you later.